Funhouse active, king of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the fast lit, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting wild. Young nigga got a fetish for success. If I ain't next, then I just leave impression. Next to rain on the window pane, puffin' plain Jane. Let them second guess me, wanna cop the Porsche with the porcelain skin. Grip the wheels, let the horses why they trashed the chore on my list. Out of this orbit, I saw with the pen. I'm eating good, Miss Caloric as shit. I sipped the potion and poured it. I on the tide when she poured it. Opportunity, knock at the door, then I grin. They rush for the doors, then they open like biscuit. Pin stroke, game cold as the fridge. Sound wave for like more than the clicks. Cowabunga, surf the web for my shit. Ayy, wait. Been gritty, don't pity, they full thing with me, been real, fuck trending, I'm hype, I'm litty, been this since scrimmage, don't play game with me, I volley these hits like I play tennis, I drink this shit, now I live it, don't pitch me, I live here at the top, with the titty, said I run this shit, how I try to with the pizza, while they flop, with the vision jaw drop, when I spit it off top, little bitch, we need 7 figures, catch the fade when they chip me, bet I count it down to the penny wave, ay, heavy is all on my mind, I've gotta make that edit, wait, bet I might spark that wildfire, rebel, when I breach, Funhouse active, yeah, king of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting wild. Funhouse active, yeah. King of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting wild. I just might crash it, really I'm passive, running for the manage. Cash me, I just want passion, love attraction, let me live that shit. I'm savage, I just might crash it. Really I'm passive, running from the madness. Cash me, I just want passion, love attraction, let me live that shit. Charge on its last light. Same clothes I'm from last night. Still lit like it's last night. Young living in the fast life. Young. Smoke cloud from the hash pipe. Catch air from the half pipe. I need a centerfold from the shows with the mansion. Chandelier dancing. Counting a Branson. Yeah. Been had hella Franks, been his ballpark figures. Might be in the field, but I came from the trenches. You can tell it's my time, you can better squint. I do like the charm on my wrist, let me flip. Want me pay the way, I'm the wave, I'm authentic. Sitting courtside, got a sprain. Nigga, I bring the gang for the gang. Nothing but a thing when I sang. Young Usain, I sprint it. Getting fresh prints. Counting a blessing on blessing on blessing. They call me the reverend, y'all nigga play too much. I've been so gone off the prices, I end my hiatus by sparking that flame. Shit, y'all niggas stay in your lane, young entertain. I'm next to rain, the fuck is you saying? Out of my brain, not from this planet. Hide from the cameras, high up the energy sent to me. From the enemy, that's the advantage. By doing this damage, accounted advantage. I buy you my nemesis. This is my genesis. I never had privilege. They took our innocence, but fuck that, I'm young and I'm wild, going ignorant like Funhouse active, king of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting wild. Funhouse active, yeah. King of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting wild. Funhouse active. Funhouse active, yeah. King of the palace, rubber like Malcolm, balled up fist in the air to the flashlight, yeah. Hands up in the air, they gun me down. I keep it 100, they crunching the numbers, I'm getting wild. Young nigga got a fetish for success. If I ain't next, then I just leave impression. Next to rain on the window pane, puffin' plain Jane. Let them second guess me, wanna cop the Porsche with the porcelain skin. Grip the wheels, let the horses why they trashed the chore on my list. Out of this orbit, I saw with the pen. I'm eating good, Miss Caloric as shit. I sipped the potion and poured it. I on the tide when she poured it. Opportunity, knock at the door, then I grin. They rush for the doors, then they open like biscuit.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to take off my there's nobody here to tell me that I'm muted. I'm sorry, y'all. I started a little bit late. Hey, um, hey, somebody said hi, sister. Facebook users, a lot of times I can't see who you are. It just says Facebook user because, Facebook be hating and they won't let people show their name on Facebook. So, what I was saying when I was muted was that I'm going to play the podcast episode for Mother's Day. It's not on Spotify yet, so y'all getting an exclusive if y'all here to listen to it, and then I'll add it to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that later. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. I gotta share the audio as well, and I don't know. I guess I'll do the entire screen I have to because of the player. So that's what that looks like when you share the whole screen. All I want is this video player. And I'm hoping y'all can see the video player, right? So once I open the video player, I can't see. Let's stop sharing and do what I do best, which is try to figure this out. But we're going to figure it out how to share this icon right here. So, share window, share Chrome tab. It's not in the Chrome tab. So let's see if I put it up. We gonna get there, y'all. No, just cancel the share. Let's open another window. And I'm hoping that y'all can hear. I'm gonna have to do the entire screen. And that's just what I'm gonna have to do. Because I don't think I can share it any other way. So I'll look on there. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the episode, okay? All right. Yay, y'all. We have a special episode for us. Three MLO Married Ladies Opinions Podcast. I'm Nika Knight. All right, y'all. I'm going to have to start it over because I couldn't get somebody to tell me if y'all can hear it or not. I don't know if I have to leave my mic on in order for y'all to hear it since I'm sharing my whole screen. So please, somebody, let me know if you can hear it now once I share my screen again.
Make sure you set share the sound.
Now, let me know if you can hear it on Facebook.
All right.
All right. Yay, y'all. We have a special episode for us, 3 MLO Married Ladies Opinions Podcast. I'm Neek at Night. I'm Mrs. Sophie. And I'm Keisha. And we have our mothers on this special Mother's Day episode. Introduce yourself. We have Miss Brenda. Hi, everybody. Hey. Hi, Brenda. And Miss Sandra. Can you hear me? Yeah, once I put up my screen, I can't see nothing. And then we have Miss Theater.
Hi, y'all. All right, so Mom, first question is, what are 3 things anyone should know about before getting married? What are 3 things you think a person should know before they get married?
Are they ready to be committed before they get married? Do they like the person they're going to marry?
Right? That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they come in with preconceived notions that however they start the relationship, they don't have to be that same way throughout the relationship. So if you're ready to be committed, know that you're ready to be committed.
Mm-hmm.
And you still ain't got that party light in you.
That's cool, Mom. That's what's up.
Okay, Mom. This is my mom, Sandra. This is Nick at Night. And my mom is Sandra. And I wanted to ask you the same question. What are 3 things do you think that someone should know before they get married?
Okay, the first thing is that we have to know that a man or a woman does not complete you.
Amen.
That's one thing. The second thing, don't expect that staying in love will always be that way. You will love that person. You will love that person, but staying in love, like when you first started out, it doesn't stay that way all the time. And what's really important is to be aware of your spouse's finances. Those 3 things are important to me.
Amen.
I think you should know. That's all.
Amen.
Okay.
Good.
Good answer.
So, Mom,
Yes, darling.
give me 3 opinions based on that same question. What are 3 things a young woman or a young guy should know before they get married?
Do they know how to talk and not use their hands?
Amen.
That means communicate.
Amen.
Just to let y'all know she's a domestic violence advocate.
I'm an advocate and a survivor. So my opinions might be a little bit different.
That's it. It's okay. It's your opinion.
To me, communication is very important. So how do they communicate? Do they communicate with words, actions, or do other physical?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would need to know that. I would like to know, are they work oriented? Do they like to go to work?
Amen.
My
Ambition.
and then the other thing I have to know is, do they have different habits, like alcohol, drugs? Those are some things that are very important to me. Because
Amen.
that's the reason why I'm an advocate, because those are the things that really mess up
Amen.
my personality.
Amen.
The other thing is, I have to know, what do you believe in? How do you worship? Are you Muslim? Are you Christian?
Amen.
Because God is first.
And being equally yoked. That's important. It's important.
That's right. That's right.
Being equally yoked is important.
That's right. So those are three, some of the things that I have to know for.
Amen.
Yes,
Amen.
I do, or even continue the relationship with you.
That's right. I hear you, sister.
Because I'm too old to be wasting time,
There you go.
and
Look,
time is so important.
we're a lot older. We got more years behind us than in front of us.
That's right.
We got time.
I got time, and I speak to young ladies. I'll be telling them the same thing. Learn how to talk first, communicate. Learn how, if you have to disagree, learn how to argue.
Disagree.
How you gonna talk to me when you're angry with me still? How you gonna talk to me?
Exactly.
You can argue with a person, but don't put them down while you argue.
We were just talking about that.
You can put them in check, but you don't have to put them down.
There you go.
Yeah.
You put them in check, but you don't have to put them
Keeping
down.
each other's dignity intact.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
That name calling, I can't deal with.
Woo. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, because that could lead to other things.
I might be theater and everything, but I don't need Bessie to come out.
Please don't take me back to the dark age.
I have time.
Amen. It seems like we're women that have gone through some things, but we've overcome.
Yes.
But like they say, into each life some rain will fall. And sometimes that rain is torrential. Almost hurricane gusts. But if the foundation is solid, you're coming on the other side.
That's right. Their songs made us stronger.
Stronger.
They made us stronger and solid. Yeah.
Solid foundation.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now my daughter, I got to see it.
Yeah, I mean that's how we learn. That's how y'all know, that's why we got our mothers up here. The things that we talk about, we've learned from watching our mothers be strong through everything that they've gone through, and that's made us the women that we are today.
Oh yeah.
That's important.
Well, it's good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah.
If it makes you stronger, then it was all well worth it. Everything I went through in my life, I tell people, people, especially in my profession, and I run into a lot of young women who are going through, and I have to share my story with them to let them know that you can come up out of that situation.
That's right.
Because, and then when we're finished, they go, Miss Brenda, I have never guessed. But thank you for sharing that, because I feel like I can go forward. And this is why God put us. So I wonder why He was bringing me to Virginia. Why couldn't I be a man in New Jersey? But this is why I see every day of my life why God brought me here. And I don't question it anymore. I didn't question it when He brought me here. People said, you only known this man 3 months, but God revealed it all to me right then. This is the best man I've ever had in my life. Well, he's the second best man I've had in my life. The other one is dead. Yeah. He's dead. But he was a great man. I was screwed up. He was good. Keep it real. I was screwed up. And he was good. And I thank God for him him because he kept our children grounded.
Okay.
Along with my mother.
Right.
You know, all that he says today, it don't just come from me. It comes from my mother and from her father, because they are the ones that molded them. Wasn't me. I came later after I got me together. Once I got, because you can't do nothing for anybody else if you all messed up. What can you do? He is the one that raised you. He is the one that nurtured you. And one now, he just was doing what he always been doing, just living off the fat of the land.
Can I ask a question, T? Even though she said, your mom said that she wasn't there in the beginning, and you experiencing that has shaped you as well. Her going through her own struggles still has shaped you. Do you think that's true? Like, even if you wasn't there physically, and she had, you know, your mother and someone else, you not being there has still made her the person that she is.
Amen.
Oh yeah. And my mom loved us enough to leave us in a safe place.
Yes.
That's what I said. Okay. My mom had enough sense to say, you know what? I can't do this right now, but I'm gonna leave y'all in a safe place. You know, I know my children are gonna be safe. So he still had that mother instinct to say, you know, right now, you know, my kids need to be here. I always, you know, took that to heart with my mother. You know. So even though she was having her own struggles, I knew that was her way of saying, I love y'all so much, and once I get together, I'm gonna be together. You know? But right now, this is where y'all need to be. And I was just so happy that she did that, because everybody's family didn't do that. Some people, they brought their kids around for the trouble. You know, that introduced other things into their lives. Right. You know, and so my mom was like, I'm not going to put my kids through that trauma. This is trauma enough. And until I can kind of deal with this and heal this trauma, I'm going to put my kids someplace safe. You know, so that they can be nurtured until I can get there and finish up nurturing them. I like that about my mother, you know? I never lost respect or love for my mother, because I knew she loved us enough to say, hey, I can't do this, I need help. You know, everybody doesn't do this.
It's true. And everyone doesn't know that that's okay.
Right.
That's right. Because people are always criticizing them for not being a so-called appropriate mother.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
And you know, they always say that, like with my sons, like I said, they're more needy. I'll help raise one of my grandsons because his mother and my son was all out there then. And from kindergarten to 5th grade, I had him with me here. And his mother got her act together. She had been working for 2 years, got her a car, an apartment, and she wanted her baby back. But I waited until I knew that she had some responsibilities that she wasn't going to give up to be back out here ripping and running. And now she had him back. Because I think a mother should raise their child if they can.
Yeah.
I didn't try to hold him back from her. Because I want him to always know I'm your nana. And that's your part.
Yeah.
My mother never let my children give her the mom role.
Right.
She always saved that for me. So it was important for me to get my life together back, because my mother had been there for me all those years with my children, and she was getting worried about her mortality. I went back to school. My daughter helped me with that. Praise the Lord. I never got through school because that was killing me.
Oh, we're not even talking about math.
I want to
We're not
thank.
even going to talk about math because my granddaughter helped me pass my math.
Alright, so Mom, the next question was, how do you transition from dating to marriage? How do you transition? Like, I know when me and Derek got married, we were living together before we got married, which was like not something my mom agreed with. She's like, y'all need to get married, you don't need to be living together, shacking up. So that was one thing.
Mhm.
But when we actually got married, that was a hard thing for us to figure out the difference between us living together and just being boyfriend girlfriend, and then living together and being husband wife, because it was a different expectation. So our question is, how do you transition from dating to marriage? Like, what should be some things that you consider when you're doing the transition?
That it's not your boyfriend anymore. It's your husband.
Mhm.
That's the only thing you need to know. And the rest is gonna come, because the expectations, if you live together, it's about like marriage anyway, I would say, because except the only difference is if you've had enough, you're out. And there's no stuff you have to divide.
Yeah.
But when you're married, people tend to have things combined, and so it's gonna be different. But to transition from boyfriend to husband to
What do you expect out of your husband that you wouldn't expect from somebody that you're just dating?
right, exactly. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. I mean, I didn't have to do too much transition. What I expected in my relationship with him as he was courting me, I expected when I married him. Don't change a thing. I want a date night. I want to not cook on Saturday. Friday and Saturday, I'm not cooking unless I feel like it. Sunday, I'm gonna make a big meal that'll last us and 2 weeks through the week. So, I really don't expect a lot to change, except how your finances become different because they start being combined. I want to say respect you gave me as your girlfriend, because men tend to give a dating relationship more than they give a marriage. And you cannot get lax in your marriage.
Right.
You got to keep those same things rolling. Otherwise, I know for me, I'm not a highly sexual person, but I gotta remember that this is a man. If I don't want him going out there, stop the hook, I better do something.
Your mother.
That's it. Y'all move on along. Hey, Mom. I'll say anything.
So yeah, this weekend night, and I wanted to ask Mom, what are the things that you did that you feel that should be different when you're transitioning from dating to marriage?
I actually feel it's a mental transition from dating to marriage. Because once you get married, it's a different bonding that you have, physical bonding and emotional bonding with your spouse, because if you can't keep living that life thinking that you're single, and it never comes out to be good at all, because one person would not be happy about it. So it's really that bonding, together. And finding out what each of you want with this relationship. Mentally, it's the big thing for me is mentally going there.
Yeah.
But, make sure you're there. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
But Mom, how would you suggest that a stable woman or male transition from being a girlfriend or boyfriend to a wife or husband? What's the difference?
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like my father told me. He would always tell me, "Don't live with anybody before you get married."
Yeah.
Because he said, "Why would you buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?"
Get the milk.
Amen.
I never understood what he was talking about. He said, "Why are you giving these men your wifely duties and you're still a girlfriend?"
Amen.
So when I woke up, the first thing I said was, I told my husband, I said, "I'm tired of having you for a boyfriend. I need a man."
That's right.
And he was like, "What?" He was looking at me like I was crazy. I said, "No, I don't want no boyfriend no more." So he thought I was breaking up with him.
Thought you was breaking
I
up.
said, "No." I said, "I just don't want no boyfriend no more." I said, "I want a husband."
Amen.
And I said, "Because you get all the benefits, but can walk out. And when you walk out with all my benefits, and I'm left behind with nothing."
You
I'm
got
left behind with nothing but a child. That's it.
nothing but a child.
And you still got all the benefit.
Amen.
Yeah, and that's what she used to tell me.
And I always used to tell, not that they listen. Not that they listen.
Hey.
But but I didn't. I lived with this man. I was with him for 13 years before we got married. We've been married now for 23 years, even though we've been separated some and stuff. But I had to tell her, that's what was taught. If I had listened to Archie B, I would have been on a different plane. She would probably be my only child. If I had listened to Archie B, I would have had only one child. That would have been her. And the transition from, if they get into that mode of boyfriend, girlfriend for so long, it's hard to change things overnight.
Right.
Your feelings,
Right.
And so when you're in that mode, you go in, it's sometimes hard to transition. And it can become an issue and a problem.
Yeah,
because people
exactly.
transition and then get married. Guess what? He thought I was still the girlfriend. And for that first 3 years, it was an issue. Financially, mentally, you still want to party, still want to hang out.
Right.
And so sometimes it's very hard to transition from boyfriend and girlfriend if you've accepted your boyfriend for a long period of time.
That's right.
And got him in that mode. And then you find yourself, you want to do the flirting and everything too.
How about it?
And that's just being real. And sometimes it's very hard to transition from girlfriend to husband and wife. And you have to do it. Because you're coming out of the boyfriend and girlfriend, and you broke off with your previous girlfriend or whatever, you're bringing that luggage right into your new relationship.
Right.
Because I've always said that one thing that I regretted when I transitioned from boyfriend and girlfriend and went through all that trauma and stuff, I didn't take the time to be by myself, to love myself, to learn myself. And then I took all that stuff with me into a new relationship.
Yeah.
It happens a lot of times. And people divorce and go a certain way, separate way. Or they can, if they're going to fight it out and struggle it out, through communication, separation, whatever, as long as you don't put your hand on it. You'll be good. But it puts you in a different mental state the way you look at him. Because you're my husband. I'm going to accept some things from you because you're my husband. I want to be able to communicate with you. I want us to come to be able to compromise together.
That's right.
When you're my boyfriend, like Mom said, I can tell you to get out or you got to do it.
That's right.
And we're fine. But when you have that husband and wife, that title brings a whole different meaning and understanding. And if you're really committed to it, you will look at it totally different also.
That's right.
I just wanted to ask.
Together.
Yeah, my mom.
So that way you can feed the cow what you want your milk to taste. How you want your milk to taste, you feed that to your cow. Okay? And then you got it.
What I wanted to ask my mom is that you were boyfriend and girlfriend for a long time too, and I can attest to my transition because y'all have been together since I was 8 years old, but y'all didn't get married till I was around 16. So that was a long time of just knowing that's your boyfriend.
I wasn't ready because I felt that it's a big commitment to be married. There are certain things you do differently. It took me 13 years to let go of that single life and realize that it's either emotionally I have to be committed to this person, I can't come in here 3 a.m. and say, oh, I was hanging out with my friend, I was doing that. So it was hard for me to really leave that life behind. It was really hard for me. So it took me 13 years. And finally, when that happened, I was ready.
Amen.
I was ready, and that's why I did that.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Now, what I was saying, I don't know if y'all heard our previous episode on this, is I was saying that I didn't think there was a difference. Once we got married, the only difference that I thought of was, okay, you can't just hang out with people that you know like you anymore. You can't hang out with no men that you know that might want to be with you. Other than that, I was flowing the same way. I was going out with my friends. I was hanging out. I didn't even think should be a difference. So that was... Because, I don't know. I just felt like, because we was living together for like 4 years before then, so to me it was the same. We went to get married and came back to the same place, and it was the same.
No.
So...
Never the same.
But
I'm gonna say, don't y'all live together. Why y'all living together?
I said, no, what I told you was, after 2 years, if he don't know that he's ready to marry you,
right.
one of you guys need to leave
Well,
and
that's
help
what you said.
someone or get another place.
That's what you said. You did.
That's what I said. And after 2 years, he gave her a ring. What did I tell him, T?
If things don't work out, send it back the way I gave it to you.
That's right. The way I gave it to you. Like what you said about putting their hands. Let's go back to what you were saying about putting their hands on somebody. If he get tired of her, he better bring her back to me the way he got her.
Yep.
You know?
I think that I didn't know that I had the same mindset of I wasn't ready.
Right.
Like how my mom was. I was still.
Yep.
Like I wasn't ready to. It's different if you are living with somebody and you know that you want to be a wife. Like that's your goal. But when you live with someone and that's not your goal, you just in there to have fun. You don't think about the transition when it finally comes to play. You don't think about all the boundaries that should be set or the expectations that's supposed to be met. You don't think about all that once you've been living together for so long. So that's a hard transition as well.
The next question is, how's your marriage holding up during this pandemic? How's your marriage holding up?
I'm gonna kill him someday. I'm gonna take him out the back and bury him. And told the doctor that my husband ain't been home in 3 days. The good news is that this house is big enough where he's on one side of it, and I'm on the other side of it.
All right.
We did a lot of praying because when the pandemic first started, the way it was taking people out, and by me being in the medical field, I was still out in it. So we really had to do a lot of praying, a lot of meditation. I think just in all that praying, we did okay. I gotta say, it wasn't where I got tired. No, I did at one time. I was looking at Bernard. I was trying to look at both of them. We're doing fine. We're great because we know that God has blessed us to come on the other side of that thing. We've had our shots. So now we feel a little more secure, not letting our guard down.
Right.
But we're feeling a little bit more secure. And if I had to be confined with any human being in the world, I can't think of a better person to be confined with him. Because he's attentive. He's something I've never had but once, and that was with Melvin. He's attentive to me. Do he make me mad with some of the things he do? Sure. Those are little small things. So we're doing pretty good.
All right, that's great, Mom.
Pretty good.
Okay, the sneaking night. Mom, so how do you think marriage is holding up in this pandemic?
Is that there's a lot of divorces during this pandemic.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of that. A lot of divorces, and mostly it could be financially because, people lost their jobs and, now they're stuck at home with their partner and I'm the provider and I don't have a job. How can I provide for you? So with men, it's different than it is with women. They internalize it. Well, I'll just say there are moments of bickering that we go through.
Yeah.
Because we agree to disagree a lot of times. And it's also the savior of all of it is that the house is big enough. He's got the back area when he doesn't want you to look at me. And I have another area I go, read or whatever.
That's right.
My thing is that I look back and sometimes I have to sit and ponder because with my challenges, I don't know what I would have done without him.
Amen.
And every day I'm seeing that even more so now. God has given me vision to see all that He's done for me and all that He's doing for me. And I think about it, I said, how do I get things? Of course, I order my food and stuff like that. But sometimes there are things that maybe just need one thing, milk or just something to drink. How would I do that? I'm not able to drive and I'm not able to go myself, So I just thank God that He's here with me. I don't know
Amen.
I don't know what I would do without him. Sometimes I get teary-eyed over it because I feel like I would be lost without him. So I'm really grateful that he's here with me.
So am I.
It's still
Because you're so far away that I'm not able to. Yeah.
Amen.
I'm the only child, so she's so far away, I wouldn't be able to take care of her during this time. Who knows that this is going to come? And I am a nurse at heart, like my grandmother, so knowing that she is being taken care of by my stepfather is just amazing to me as well.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you know that you had being that you live in New York City and your husband out here in Baltimore?
Yeah.
You.
It's been very hard. It's been very, very hard. But one thing I can say, our communication is a whole lot better.
Amen.
Because we're able to talk. But the other thing is that this has been a lonely year. I'm sick and tired of Zoom.
I agree with you.
Computer, telephones. I need somebody to touch me, hug me, hold me, and everything else. I'm tired of the mat. I have the mat. I don't know how many masks I have. I have every mask you could think of.
Yep.
My coworker said, what you gonna do with these masks? I said, when I finish with these, when this is over, I'm gonna just make me a quilt because I have that many.
That's right.
I said, but one thing I know, I've learned more how to take care of me. So, and when I do get to come to Maryland, I have to sleep because my job would have me on quarantine. So I learned to travel in a way that might be expensive sometimes, but I'm safe.
Amen.
The 6 feet distancing.
Yeah.
And I come here to visit for the weekends and to do my wifely duties.
And motherly duty.
And women.
Take time.
Women. And these children are so rotten.
I know.
And I'm on call, because I'm working, I'm an essential worker. So I'm on call and I'm dealing with people every single day. So I have to keep myself safe so that when I come home to Maryland and be with my husband in the beginning, he was scared as heck to even in the bed with me. He was sleeping on one side and I was on the other. And I was like, I'm like, I ain't been here taking this risk to come here to see you and you sleeping on one side of the bed. And I'm like, that's done. Sweetheart, you need to get your backfield in motion. Something, I have to be still.
It's a scary thing though. It is.
It was scary though. And I would take the shower and put on smell goods and he's still over in the corner. I had to look.
Smell good.
I had to get real one day. And I'm like, look, I am fine. I did my temperature. I did my testing before I got on the train.
Okay.
You need time for you to get your backfield in motion. Before I get home. That's it. We were fine. But we were how to talk, you know, so, because he was in the beginning, I'm not getting no shots. But guess what? Homeboy got them shots. You take the second
that's
tomorrow.
right.
You know, I'm already fully vaccinated. I can take the second shot tomorrow. We've learned to communicate, you know, a lot during this pandemic, too. It was a lot of growth for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to be with a man.
That's right.
I want to.
I want to be. Big difference.
You know, I was trying to think I need to be with my husband.
Right.
I want to be with my husband.
You want to.
Now that's coming from the heart and not the mind. I think it became stronger
Amen.
during this time. And then when I come home, I enjoy, you know, cooking and making the meals, and then I have to spoil these children, grown behind children of mine,
Yeah.
because they
That's
want
right.
they want full course meal on Sunday. The mama's cooking. Even if they don't, you know, even some of them they don't even come see me the whole weekend because they don't. Well, we know you want to have your quality time, but they come in with their plates on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, they come with their plate and wrap it up and go. But you know, over here, you know, I gotta go shopping right after this so that I can cook for them for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the pandemic, it has its, you know, it had its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But I thank God that, you know, even though I might have been, I was exposed 3 times.
Right.
And each time, other people, there was 8 people in my unit. I'll never forget that part. There was 8 people in my unit. 3 of them came back positive. The other 2, I don't know what happened. The other few, I don't know what happened with them. But when I went and took my test, I know they were quarantined. So that made me think that they might have been positive. Out of the ones that were in my office, I was the only one that came back negative.
Amen.
And I went, so my doctor, she said, well, we're going to make sure, we're going to give you the antibodies just to make sure I wasn't, asymptomatic?
Asymptomatic, yeah.
And I took the antibody test, I took all the tests, and they both came back negative.
Amen.
And she was like, you sure they was positive? I said, mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And I was the only one that came back negative. And honey, I just told myself, when this is all over, I'll meet y'all at the woods because I'm going to give somebody some praise. You know, because I work with I work in a homeless population, and it's not easy. This pandemic has taught me a whole lot about me.
Right.
Communication, self-care is so important.
So important.
Us mothers, because we're not only just dealing with our own issues.
Yeah.
You know, our children might be grown. Whatever they go through, we go through.
That's right.
And you know, we may not say nothing, but whatever they're dealing with, mom is dealing with it in the quiet. Believe me. I don't care how far y'all may be and how grown y'all may think you all are.
I'm grown.
You know, she's still my first baby.
There you go.
She's still my first baby. I'm grown. I said, you my grown baby.
That's right.
You know, but the pandemic has taught me a whole lot of things.
Yeah, it has. All of this, I think, yeah.
And look at mothers, and this is for us. Look at these three married ladies.
Amen.
During the pandemic, look how they pull themselves together. And look what they do.
Amen.
Yeah, look what they do.
I love it.
I'm proud of them. I'm really proud of all of them.
I'm so proud of them. I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Thank you, Miss Brenda.
I'm telling you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mom
it's this thing.
and Mommy.
Miss Brenda.
We appreciate it.
All right, so the next question, Mom.
We have another question?
Yeah,
I forgot.
Y'all got a lot of questions.
It's 2 more.
just 2 more questions.
All right, so this question, oh gosh, I'm scared to hear my mother's answer. How do you keep the romance going in your marriage, Mom?
It's not hard. It's not hard to keep the romance because I got a overcharged husband.
Oh,
But
okay.
oh my God. Sometimes I want the romance out. I told you I'm not one of the ones that like all that old. I don't need all that. I mean, I guess romance don't have to be sex.
Yeah.
But you know, I always try to think of the things he like.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to always have it available for him. It could be a meal or a shirt, underwear. It could just be anything. So I try to always think about the things he needs and just have them available for him. But I don't put on sexy negligees and all that because I don't be trying to. I want to put on sweats.
Oh yeah.
So, but I say you just have to be available for him when you know that there's a need. Because you don't want somebody else to fulfill that need. And just be a kind word. Tell him I told him the other night, I said, "Ooh, boy, you got your hair cut, it looks so good." That made him feel so good.
How do you keep a romance in a marriage? How do you think?
I think a date night. What we do is on Sundays, like that's the only day that I really cook. So on Sundays we have a movie and we have our meals and we'll sit here and watch the movie. It has to be comedy because he loves comedy. It's all about him laughing, enjoying it. So we do that and talk about it. You know, talk about the movie when it's over. That's what we do. It's like a date night. And that's good for us. So we do.
Well, Mom, you heard the question. And go ahead, man. Y'all know where I get it from.
I'm the perverted wife.
Oh, Lord. How you get that romance, Mom?
I'm long distance, so I'll be like, look, I'm on my way home, get that back feeling, get that back motion ready. Take care of yourself. I may text him. I asked him what he doing. I said, let me kiss you on the neck. I might text him any kind of crazy stuff over the phone. And when I get home, I take my shower. I have my stepson there, so I have to be careful. But when after stepson is asleep, I don't sleep in clothes.
All right now. We had somebody else say that on the episode.
A sleep shirt with easy access.
Being long distance. Have y'all tried like Zoom sex? Zoom romance? Zoom romance? Have y'all tried Zoom romance? Like or
Zoom
or FaceTime
no, I'm not doing
romance?
nothing on Zoom because people can hack into Zoom.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not going over the internet.
Don't trust it. Yeah.
You just have to keep in contact. It could be a meal. It could be a movie. So that's what we're saying about keeping up with the romance. The last question, I think we can move on and just let Miss Brenda answer last. Mom, what's your opinion on open marriages?
Well, I'm not in favor of open marriages. I find that it takes away from the sacredness, from the sanctuary of marriage. If that's what two couples like, that's on them. But for me, I just don't feel that it does anything for a couple, because I noticed that there are friends that I know that have done that, and later on what happens, jealousy occurs, especially with women, and it's really hard to have to smile and be happy about it. But I find that a lot of women that are in it really do it for their husbands. They're not really doing it for themselves. They're doing it for them. And then what occurs is that what they see is going on, that he wants to be repetitive with this all the time, and she doesn't. So for me, like I said, I don't believe it. It's a good for marriage. I really don't.
Some people will say that the honesty in open marriages is better than in a regular marriage that's not open, because in one that's not open, they don't really share everything about what's truly in them, because sometimes people may want other people and people may see other people that they might want, and they're not able to tell or share that with their spouse, and they're not able to be as truly honest as they would be in an open marriage. We had somebody on the show who was in an open marriage, and he felt like that because he was able to be honest and this person was able to be honest with him about everything and they knew everything, that they were happier. So even though I know it's not for me, I'm not advocating for open marriage. What I'm trying to say is that can you understand from that point of people feeling like it's more honesty in an open marriage than it is in a normal marriage?
You muted, Mom.
Mom, go ahead. Open marriage, what you got to say about that?
Mom, you talking, but
You're mute.
I said, oh hell no, ain't it?
She's a mess.
That's it.
That's what they don't know.
A woman don't even want to come mess with my husband because see, I'm getting all the money.
Oh,
So if you just getting a little slang in here and there, sad on you.
Yeah.
I'm getting everything. What if Uncle Trump said, don't get mad, get everything?
Yeah.
I ain't for that.
I like
See,
that.
that's where you have to worry about AIDS,
diseases.
all kind of crap. That was when I was humping and bumping everybody. You know, yeah, but
not in marriage.
no.
No.
If you want to open something, open the door for me and let me in the car. Yeah, that's it. No.
I know I'm not sharing my life, Pop, but what about you?
I'm not sharing nothing.
Nothing.
All right.
Mm-mm. That's why we were separated, because he thought he was gonna share, and that's why how I ended up in New York. And I told him, you want me to come back home? I said, well, when I was home, you deserve it. You didn't treat it right. So I'm going to stay where I am until I'm retired. Now, if you can get us back together like that, if we can handle it, then I'm good. So I've been there. This year will be 10 years.
Wow.
And we've been going back and forth. Now this year I retired. I plan to come home, but I'm going to still have my own, because
That's right.
I've learned from my past mistakes. So I have to take care of me.
That's right.
So yeah,
First.
if you decide that you want to, I can.
I know that. That's
But
right.
open marriages, no, I'm not sharing. If I got to share, then you need to walk and go ahead and be by yourself. By yourself, so I can go on with myself.
Amen.
There's the door. There's the door.
And and to me, that's all the honesty I need. Just be true to me. Be true to me and be faithful and be right with me, and I will do the same with you. But if you can't do that with me, don't expect it from me. So therefore, we can just part. Don't waste my time, and I'm not going to waste your time.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. So genetically, I was thinking about it. Genetically, women are born with a whole bunch of eggs, but then they dwindle down. But men, they can still have sperm into the millions when they're in their 60s. So genetically, is it men born to spread their seed around? Isn't that just how it is genetically? So can you understand why sometimes how mommy said is usually the man that really wants to open marriage and not the woman? So can you understand from that point? From the biological point?
No. I think they have plenty of things because a lot of them don't get planted.
Right.
Hello.
A lot of them. And the misconception is that men can. But Janet Jackson had a baby at 50.
Yep.
Okay? So
Because we're the carriers.
that's right. So because he can make a child at 60, look, sometimes it takes a lot of work for them to get that baby. But see, reality, as a man get older, his little wang don't just jump up like it used to.
Thank you. They become a spaghetti.
That's right, look. You gotta put a lot of work in that. So
he can carry plenty of seed, but you can't get it out.
Right, you can plant the seed, but you can't get it out.
That's right. That's right. And it's only one that will make it to the egg. Only one. That's why they have to disperse so many.
Yeah.
On their journey, 99% of them are going to die.
They're gonna die. And as a man get older, he start losing them too.
They start losing their motility.
They lose their swimming.
Yeah.
The little swimmers ain't swimming like they used to.
No. They got it.
Some swimmers are what they call, they ain't swimming no more. They're floating.
That's all they're floating.
That's it. They ain't swimming no more.
That's it. And some of them some of them floaters don't even make it out.
That's right. That's right.
Because they only float.
So all that scientific stuff, forget it. It's all about. It's
I don't care if they shooting out 5,000 at a time. I ain't gonna be enough. Cause I'd be like Lizzie Borden. I'd be like Lizzie Borden, take her ass and give her husband 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she turned and gave him 41. I ain't having that. I told my husband before we even got married, I said, before I leave New Jersey, everything that I love and know, and I get to Virginia, if anything changes, there's going to be a problem. I said, now before there become a problem, think about the proposal again. I'm going to give you a week to think about it.
wow.
I don't need a week. He said, I love you. I want you now.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to get married, but guess what? You got the first time, not the second. The first time with infidelity. And they're going to find you in some pieces. I said, because I can stay where I'm at and I'm fine.
I can't do no open marriage stuff.
No.
And that scientist thing with genetics, no.
No.
Man, I don't do all that. Do all that.
I'm the preacher wife, and I tell you, hell to the no.
I like that. Hell to the no. Yep.
When I was the last episode that we did was about open marriages, and there is a couple that I've seen on a podcast that actually teaches people who want to explore those type of things, and actually they are married and they have a business together where they are teaching people online. They are married, but yet he has girlfriends. She is married to him, and yet she has other husbands. And they were doing this.
Other husbands.
Yeah, she like other boyfriends. I'm sorry. Yeah. So she had, but the person that she was with at the time, she called her second husband. You can't get married more than once, but she was doing the podcast from another place with her second husband, and he was doing a podcast from another place with his girlfriend, and they are married. And they were publicizing that they have a business where they teach people who want to explore this way of life. And obviously there's a business for it. They're making money with it, and they're happy doing it. Now, it may not be for everybody, like each one teach one say, it's what's in it's for your marriage, not for everybody. But I just found it so interesting that they were doing this. Like, one was on one side of the world, one was on the other side of the world, but they're married and they have all these other relationships and they were happy. So sometimes it just seems that there are things that emotionally that we can't get past to get that to that point. Like emotionally, I'm selfish and I'm jealous, so I can't imagine that, I want my husband to be with somebody else or me to be with somebody else. So I understand what y'all are saying. But there is a market.
I don't think that you're jealous, and I don't think that you're jealous.
Right.
I'm not a jealous woman. But I don't want another woman jumping up and down with my husband. I'm just not going to have that. And I don't have a jealous bone in my body. He can look to the cows come home. It's just not for me. And no, I think that's just modern day pimping.
Modern day
You know what? Superfly. Modern day Superfly. That's all.
And I was getting ready to say, I don't think for me, it's not a thing of you having to reach to another level, to feel that you're being selfish or if you're jealous. So what if you're selfish? When you say I do, that means that you're mine. And that's the way I look at it. That's it. You're mine. And if I want to be jealous, we serve a jealous God because why? He said he don't want no other God before him.
Amen.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be jealous because I don't want no other man but that man.
That's it.
That's it. And that doesn't make me selfish. And if somebody sees me as selfish that way, so what? That's what them. You know,
You're supposed to be selfish in your marriage.
Thank you.
You're supposed to be selfish in your relationship.
It's mine.
Hell, if I'm with a boyfriend, he better not be jumping up and down with Sally down the block. So it don't even just go into my marriage. It goes into my relationships.
Thank you.
Because I don't expect that type of behavior from a man. If you enough for me, then go get somebody else.
Right.
I'll find the right one for me.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't never been for that Peter Paul try them all. Peter Paul do them all. No. No.
I think I have a problem with the betrayal. I think most women have a problem with the betrayal part of not being honest with it.
It is betrayal.
And
It is.
It's betrayal.
And that's the worst pain of all, that you have fell in love with someone.
Amen.
You have fell in love with someone and became committed, had children, and then you find out that they're living a double life and they're cheating on you. That is, betrayal is a feeling that it doesn't just deal with the mind, it deals with the mind and the heart.
That's right.
And the soul, because it hurts you. You know, it makes you look at other people differently. How can I trust you? Even when you're trying to move forward, you're scared to trust. Even you're scared to make that next step. So betrayal is really hard. That's so painful. And it's so painful.
But you know what? In these relationships that they have, it really doesn't last.
No.
You know, because what grows up in the dark comes to light. These things don't last. And we know God doesn't, this is not a behavior that being a Christian or believing in God would want.
That's right.
Okay. But I just believe that these things, they're hyped it out there that,
They do.
making business and everything is great, but no one knows what happens. So really, truly happens, in the house or through this whole thing. So these things usually end up become not what it seems. So I really don't think stuff like this
Scams.
for a long time.
Scams, that's what they call them. Scams.
Yeah.
They make money. Scams. You said it right. You said it right. They ain't nothing but they make it look like one thing, but it's something.
They make it look.
It ain't nothing but scams. Because she ain't got her husband jumping up and down with somebody else. You don't believe that mess.
Right.
But they're gonna make money off of it. They're gonna get about 6 couples and say, look, let's do this and make people believe that.
Yep.
And all we need is this little small circle for people to believe it's like that.
It's a lot of people there.
I just can't believe a woman could be that foolish to watch her husband make love to another woman.
Unless you don't love them.
Unless you don't love him. You can't love him.
I mean, if you don't love them,
it's about the money.
It's about the money.
If you love money, that's for the love of money and money.
Yeah, that's what it is. The greed. Yep.
And money is the root of all evil.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is. Basically, it's the money.
That's it.
It's a money thing.
Yeah.
I tell you, modern day pimping.
That's right. Modern day pimping.
I like that.
But you'd be surprised of how many people will fall for that and how many people will accept that just to be with that person.
Exactly.
Just to be with that person. You're right.
Just to be with that person.
And swallow that poison. Would you have believed there was that many crazy black people in the world? Black people. Yeah. If one man white man that say, take this poison, we going to the promised land. Well, you get there and tell me how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I've been pouring mine out.
But people were putting it in the baby bottles, giving it to their babies.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible. That's horrible.
That's crazy.
That's
The
horrible.
things that, the weakness in us, I think that's what it is too,
It is.
It's a human emotion.
Learning to love yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
To protect yourself. Because once you have self-love, you're not going for anything.
It's so important to
You
have
just
that. Mm-hmm.
Self-love is so important for women and men. To me,
And
when you deal with that self-love and learn to love yourself, you're not going to accept anything.
Nope.
Anything. You're not going to do it.
You're not going to just accept anything that comes your way. And that's it. And they can take it or leave it.
Or leave it.
Yeah, and you teach your children that too,
That's right.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's okay.
You know what I tell you? Would tell a man, you look better going than coming.
That's it.
I like that. Oh,
So
That's right.
that was all.
Put a dot at the end of it.
Period.
That was
Period.
That was the last question. I wanted to end it as far as just wanting to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day, Miss Brenda,
Thank you.
Mommy,
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Happy Mother's Day, Mother.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Tees, because you've been all your nephews and nieces' mothers.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. I wanted to say that Happy Mother's Day. I love you. You're the reason why I am pushing forward and trying to become more positive. People say I'm so negative, but I'm trying to become more positive, trying to become more like you in that sense. There are some things I'm just naturally like you.
Be you.
No, I'm saying in that sense of being more positive like you. Not becoming you, but just that having that positiveness when I wake up every day. That's not something that I have every day. And I'm striving to be like you in that sense. Not exactly like you. And I love you and
Love you too. Love you more.
and happy Mother's Day. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime I get a chance to love on my mama, I'm going to do it. Happy Mother's Day, Mother.
Thank you, baby.
Always on my birthday, say something beautiful about you because, like I said, you have accepted the call to be my mom. I know it wasn't always easy. You were a young mom at the time, but you did it. Your strength, you inspire me all the time to be my best. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you. I love you so much. And no matter what struggles you've ever had, we've always met them together. And I've always loved that, is that we've always been side by side. Like, come on, Mom, let's get this done. And I've always loved that about us. And I love the fact that you allow me to be me. You trust what you have raised me, you, Nana, and have raised me to be. And you trust that. And with that trust, you respect that space of being my mom, but also being someone I could come to for help. And not be worried too much about my mom being just a friend. It's so many things I could say about my mother. I mean, so many things what she does for me and my brothers. I mean, the love that she shows for my brothers, even with their struggles, she always says she should have ate the boys, but I'm glad she didn't remember. Because they always are the ones to give us the trouble. But my mom is like right there. She's everything I could have ever asked for God in a mother. Everything. Mm-hmm. And it's not one day that I regret him picking you as my mother. If I had to pick, I would pick you all over again.
Thank you.
Yes,
I love you so much, Mother. Happy Mother's Day. I know we won't be able to be together physically, but I love you so, so, so much, Mom. So much.
I love you too, baby. Thank you.
Don't cry.
Yeah, you know. Thank you, baby.
Happy Mother's Day. My biggest fan. My number one cheerleader. My crybaby. And I love your tears. And throughout my life, my number one goal was always to dry your tears. My number one prayer is that God give you the best life.
Amen.
Oh,
Yes.
that's so nice. That's so nice.
And that God give you more days of happiness, of love that you deserve on this earth. And know that I'm always here for you. I am you. So when I come strong, it's because you taught me how to be that.
Yep.
Okay? I love you.
So you know she done made me cry, right?
You're not crying by herself. I learned how to cry.
I know.
I didn't learn how to cry. Now I cry all the time. A Hallmark commercial made me cry.
I am the crybaby.
Hallmark doesn't have anything on y'all.
I am the crybaby.
And I want to say to Miss Sandra and Miss Brenda, I love you too.
Yes.
You too, and happy Mother's Day. Your daughter and my big sister. I call Yannick my mother. She always try to act like my mother. And I call Shantice my grandmother because she has that old soul spirit. And no one messes with.
Always. Always have old soul.
This is
Shantice is the grandmother of the crew.
And that's
You
I think Shantice, are you the youngest? You're the youngest out of us, aren't you? The youngest?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she is. But she's the old
She's
soul.
like the mother because she always organized.
But other people wouldn't think that.
Always planning something.
Always put something on the calendar.
I guess I'm just a troublemaker.
You know, I heard that Monique and Shalita so much, I just feel like I know y'all. That's all she talks about. Yannick and Shalita. Yannick and Shalita. I said, good God Almighty. But it's been consistent. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah. We have all.
It's just really good.
Yeah.
I think we all the
I put the
product.
three of y'all together for a reason.
I tell you.
Because y'all been together for a few decades now.
Yes.
1996 is when I met them. They met before I did, but
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
yeah.
So, I'm so glad that they're doing this. It's really wonderful, and it's helping other people out there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. Yeah, we wanted to promote Black love, Black unity, Black marriages. We want to lift that up and let everybody know that we are here. We do get married. We do love each other. Despite what you see on the news and the media, we do love and support each other. And I'm so happy that y'all was able to come on and we was able to do this Mother's Day episode. Please, I wanted to say, if you have any more topics, please send it to 3mlo.topics@gmail.com. And at 12:30, our store, I came out to put on our store on our 3mlo.shop.com. Go to our store and get our shirts, get a mask, get you a water bottle. That's all we have for right now. But we got more stuff coming out. That's www.3mloshop.com. Came out on our page today. So go check that out as well. Thank you so much.
Please, you got the information, right?
Yes, mother.
Thank y'all for
You know,
joining
ladies,
us.
it was a pleasure to meet you.
It was a pleasure. It was such a pleasure.
It was such a pleasure. God bless both of
God
you.
bless y'all.
You're very
God bless
beautiful
you.
daughters. So
Yeah.
that says
Me
a lot
too.
about you.
Yeah. Same with you. Same with you.
I want to end the episode. Please watch us on watch us live every other Sunday on 3MLO Podcast Facebook group and YouTube. And watch us next Sunday and you'll see our 3MLO Mother's Day episode. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Hey everybody, I hope y'all like that episode. That was my favorite, well, one of my favorite episodes. The other favorite episode was how do you keep the romance together or alive, whatever. And I had we had Jay and his wife on there. So to me, that episode and this Mother's Day episode was kind of like my two favorite ones. We actually finished recording season 2. And I just wanted to let y'all know, I just have to, edit it and finish uploading season 1 and then, I can upload season 2. But season 2 is coming up and we have some good topics coming up, y'all. So we have a couple that wrote a book. So by the time you get to see the podcast, y'all could already have looked for this couple who wrote a book together and they're married. It's called Why We Cheat. So they were on our podcast, thanks to Mrs. Selfie, who's not here right now, but she's celebrating Mom Duke's birthday. Hey, Mom Dukes, happy birthday. So, yeah, so that's one of the episodes to come up, and that was a good episode. We also have episodes with Eloquently Spoken, talking about generational trauma and how it affects our relationships. So that's what's to come. But if anybody's on here and they had questions that they wanted to ask, or maybe let me know what y'all want to hear, or maybe some topics that you wanted to hear about, and maybe we could start doing those things. So that's another thing I wanted to do, like after this episode was over, to look and see if anybody was there to ask questions. You ask questions and I'll answer any questions that you want. But if not, then you can just put your questions there in the replay. And when I see them, I'll answer the question. But I did ask something about, it's called Kenya. I forgot the name of the people that I was talking about in the open marriages. Kenya and Kyle. And they have online, and they've been together for a long time, actually. So it was crazy that, they were actually on Monique's show. I had a clip of them on Monique's show one time. Then where I recognized them, or where I first seen them, was on Zoe Williams' show. And if y'all don't know who Zoe Williams is, y'all need to go on YouTube and look him up. So also Dr. Shauna, if y'all don't know who Dr. Shauna Yetone, she got a name, a foreign last name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you put Dr. Shauna Shone, then you'll probably see her on Facebook as well. And she is somebody I like to watch. And she talks about relationships. Zoe talks about relationships. And I think the reason why I even wanted to start this podcast was because I was listening to Zoe and going through a tough time in my relationship. So actually taking time to work on myself and, my relationship it was like kind of simultaneously starting this podcast, I was doing that. So, nobody's ever fully healed. It's always a process. That's what Zoe Williams says. It's a process. But that's what this podcast is like coming up to. Like all these episodes that we're coming up to is things that all of us have dealt with in our relationships. And I just wanted to know if anybody has found them, listening to them. If you want to know where you can find them, they're on Spotify now. At least 5. I think I got at least 5 shows up there. I have to put the other 5 up there. And that's one season. The second season is also 10 episodes where we have a guest on some of the episode, a guest host. And we have like a man's opinion as a married man. He's been married for 20 something years. So he shared a lot as well on this next podcast. So I can't wait for y'all to listen to season 2. And I hope y'all are listening now and finding us now. I also wanted to let y'all know about a new episode or a new show coming to Married Ladies channel in August. It's going to be our first panel live show, August 14th. And I'm going to call it like Black Love Wars. We're going to have at least 3 men, at least 3 women, ask questions, and the men answer it how they answer it, the women answer it how they answer it. So it should be interesting. So I hope y'all able to be on here and watch it live or even the replay. That's fine. But that's a brand new show. So if anybody want to be a part of it on the men's side or the women's side, because I rather have, other people's opinions about relationship, not just the 3 married ladies. I wanted to hear everybody else's opinion. So what I can do right now is people are still there. I'm going to put the link in the YouTube chat. And if anybody want to hop on and give their opinion about, the show that we just did or past shows that we did, or if they want to see something, or if they have questions about upcoming shows or where you could find us, just you can press that link. So what I'm also going to do is put it in Facebook as well. And once I put it in Facebook, you can log on to that link, and then you can come on here with me and, ask questions if you want, or don't come on. It's totally up to you. You can just ask me questions in the chat. You can press the link and ask questions. If there's anything you want to talk about, a topic you want to discuss, or you want to see discussed, then you can also come on for that. So I'm going into there now so I can go ahead and put the comment on. It's tough. I'm sorry about that echoing, but I am trying to put the chat. Okay, here we go. So that's the Restream link. And if you want to get on here, you just press that link, and I put it in the Facebook chat as well. So, yeah. So I love editing podcasts as well. So if anybody is interested in starting a podcast or want to know how to, you could just put it in the DM of Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can email us and anything like that if you need help with that. So you can send that to neek.at.productions@gmail.com. And if you need help with, making a flyer, if you need help with, some people are writing books, if you need help with coming up with a book cover, anything, just with when it comes to doing podcasts or anything like that, if you need help with it, you can email me there at nique.at.productions with an S at gmail.com. So, okay, well, it's 4th of July, and I really didn't expect anybody to be on here. So I just wanted to give some information about that, the upcoming episodes, and if anybody wants to give any opinions, just put it in the chat because I will respond, okay? And I love to hear other people's opinions. And I am going to say good night to everybody and have a great July 4th. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday, Mom Dukes. All right. Have a good night.